Hi folks, and welcome back to my Kitten Reads. This is another Friday Reads episode, and I've got a few things I might read over the weekend. I'm not sure how much reading I will get done because I do have an essay due in a couple of weeks that I haven't actually started yet, so I need to do some reading for that. But I would like to get at least one book finished. That would be nice. So I have a few options. A lot of my reading for the next few months is probably going to be quite award focused. Not all of it, but some of it. But anyway, the first thing that I have on my list is Emma by Jane Austen. This is again a reread for me. I started it this week after I finished Sense and Sensibility, so I'm only a few chapters in. So Emma, of course, is the story of Emma Woodhouse, a young lady of fortune who lives with her father, who's quite an invalid, in a small town not far outside of London in the Regency era, and she has a bit of a tendency to matchmake, and therefore shenanigans and disasters ensue. It's probably the lightest of Jane Austen's work. It's quite amusing, and Emma Woodhouse is probably one of the, I don't know, I don't want to be negative because I do like her, but she's probably the most frivolous of Jane Austen's heroines. But yes, it's very amusing, so I have that to continue rereading. I also have partway through that I haven't read any of this week, The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. This is part of my awards reading because it was nominated for the Hugo Award for Best Related Work this year. So this is basically Carrie Fisher's diary or memoir of her time actually filming Star Wars, the original film. So I'm already finding it fascinating. She's very, very witty. So I'm very amused, but then she just says these things that make me want to cry, or that are so terribly profound even though she's being flippant. Yeah, it's a bit of an emotional read for me, particularly with her passing so recently. But, it's hero reading, and it's all, I picked it up first because it was already on my to-be read pile. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this and hoping I might get to read some more this weekend. Also related to the Hugo Awards, but this is not a nominated thing, but this is Saga Volume 4. Saga Volume 6, I believe, was nominated in the Best Graphic Novel category. I've read the first 3 volumes because they have previously been nominated for Hugos, but this, and it's won a Hugo, I'm not sure how many, at least one though. I understand intellectually why it's so popular. And I can admire it intellectually for what it does, the sort of social issues, the way it explores motherhood and relationships, and the not so nice parts of parenting and that kind of thing. And I can respect that it's very diverse, but none of the characters have clicked with me, which is a bit of a problem for me. But I will continue to catch up. I borrowed Volume 4 and Volume 5 from the library, so that I'll be ready to read Volume 6 for the Hugos. And we'll see how we go. This might be a nice quick read for this weekend and at least get something finished. So yeah, that's Saga Volume 4 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. And then finally, if after all my university reading and my Carrie Fisher book, I still feel like some non-fiction, I have something to read for the Ditmar Awards. The Ditmar Awards are the Australian Fan Voted Awards. Although this particular book is nominated for not a Ditmar, it is nominated for the William Atheling Award for Criticism and Review. So this is The Rebirth of Rapunzel, a Mythic Biography of the Maiden in the Tower by Kate Forsyth. This book has been on my TBR for a little while. It is, Kate Forsyth wrote a book that is about it's a fiction book about Rapunzel, which I've started and not finished, I'm afraid. I really, really need to get back to it. I just haven't had a chance to settle down with it. But she wrote it as the creative part of her PhD thesis, and this, which was published by Fabercroft Press last year, is actually the the academic part of her thesis. So it's basically looks into the history of the Rapunzel myth, the Rapunzel fairy tale, and puts in, you know, various bits and pieces, essays, all the stuff that she wrote around her work on the novel, which the name of the novel is escaping me right now, which is absolutely terrible, because like I said, I have actually started it. But yes, but this was nominated for the William Atheling Award and it was on my TBR, so if I feel in the mood for it this weekend, I may pick it up. It's a very beautiful book, which I have signed, see? Because I was at the book launch. Anyway, yeah, so that is what I might get up to reading this weekend. I'm hoping to finish at least one thing, even if it's just Saga. Yeah, I will see you again very soon. Next weekend, I will be doing a number of videos because I will be doing the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So at the very minimum, I will be doing my TBR pile for that readathon and my wrap-up for that readathon. I'm also expecting my owl crate to turn up soon, and then I'll have my April wrap-up and book haul to do. So although that's not looking very big, I might combine them this month. Obviously I'm not talking very well, it's been a bit of a week. But yes, so next weekend I will be all over the place doing readathon stuff. The Dewey's 24-hour readathon, this will be the 3rd time I have participated. And yeah, I will see you all again very soon. Bye.